Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight, unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad, let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, thirst trap. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you,
Trap squad,
yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad.
Clickbaity, thirst trap. Thirst trap, thirst trap.
Yo, my brethren Marcus, Wagwan, we back again. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. If you are on YouTube, subscribe and like right now. Let's fuck up the algorithm. If you're on Facebook, share this thing right now. If you're on Twitter, what you waiting on? Let's go. Marcus, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. All the way live. Yeah, man. Fucking awesome, dude. Like another day to be a black person in America. Another day to be a progressive in America. Another day to be who I am in America. Dwayne, something happened to our screen on the inside.
Are we black?
See, we still
Dwayne, we black over here, baby.
We black as hell over here, Dwayne. Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so no, it's all good.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, man. All the way live, man. All the way live from ATL, shawty.
What it do, baby? Marcus, we got some news to get into today. Some of it sounds like, it's political. Everything is political. Even the shit about Tiger Woods, the shit we didn't get into last night, is all political, man. We can make it relevant to what's going on in politics today. So much shit to talk about, my friend. What is good with you? Before we get in our topics, brother, what's good?
Man, dog, you know what I'm talking about? Atlanta.
I mean, it ain't every day I see a light-skinned nigga in a mauve hat with a mauve sweater.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just trying to.
Hey, hold on. I'm just tapping into my pimp. That Southern pimp. I mean, the only thing I'm missing, actually, I'm lying, but I don't have the hard bottoms. But I do got some Jordans that match this right here. But I don't have the hard bottoms. But if I had the hard bottoms, the Stacey Adams that was the same color, that's just coordinated. That would just be coordinated, like Pops. R.I.P. Pops, man. R.I.P. Pops. You know what I'm talking about? He pulled out that jacket. He had the mushrooms. He had the mushrooms in the jacket.
Donnell, do you know your daddy got to take out mushrooms? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, dude, I'm doing good. Like watching politics happen, man. Watch politics play. Like up and down with Joe Biden still. You know what I mean? Happy with my congresswoman. Happy with my congresswoman.
No shit. Happy with your congresswoman, brother.
Yeah, I'm happy with my congresswoman.
For real.
You know, I'm talking about like it's. I mean, my question is like this right here. A couple things, man. Like one day, and I just posted this on Twitter, but one day we're gonna deal with grifters, but grifters within the black community. Right.
Wow. Okay.
I want to, but I do want to deal with grifters, and what I mean by grifters, if you don't know, you know, just somebody who's just faking it, just jumping on the next train that's popular, right? Or just attaching themselves to something that seems good, and then not really about that life, man. And we got a lot of grifters within the black community, man. We got a lot of grifters in general. We got a lot of grifters in the progressive space, man. I think Jimmy Dore.
That's what I want to talk about, brother.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Dore was a grift. right? His whole, I think the force the vote thing was a grift, and I tried to call it out by saying, well, if we're gonna force black people to force the vote, then we need to force the vote on reparations and put and like and start with America's original sin. And I noticed that some people were down with it, but some people weren't, right? Like, but I don't think it was a complete grift, but I think that the way that it was brought across was a grift. But the reason why I wanted to specifically talk about the black community is because, man, there's so many people who talk like they're about that life, but they aren't, right? They go with the most popular thing that is happening with the black community, right? Like I noticed all the people, and I noticed all these people who, as soon as the White House said that they were wanting to be cool with the word reparations, all these black folks came out the woodwork. Black folks that really, should have been about this life a long time ago, and they just grifting their ass over to the reparations because, that's the hot thing and that's the new thing to do to become woke, man. And I'm just tired of grifting, man. I'm tired of people who are halfway about that black life, right? And check this out. This is something I want to point out.
The thing about grifting and these grifters, Marcus, is to some people it sounds like another hustle to make a paycheck, but in actuality, grifting in political space, especially progressive political space, especially when you have black skin, or in general, but especially when you have black skin, you're probably going to get somebody killed because you're going to say something or do something. And I know people always say, why is women always talking about death of black people? It's because we exist in this space on a regular basis. Somebody black is dying because of bad policies or fake actors acting as if they have these communities, our communities, best interests at hand, when in actuality, the only thing they care about is that dollar, bro, or that next check or that next grift. So absolutely, it's important that we're talking about grifters, especially those with a darker hue. So I appreciate you
Yeah,
bringing it up.
yeah, man. It's just it's not only dangerous, but I'm just basically sick of it. And I mean, you know, I'm gonna say something. When it comes down to black politics in comparison to progressive politics, right? I want to make this very clear. Everything that's pro-black ain't pro-progressive. Well, let me change that. Let me move that around. Everything that's black, damn near is progressive, but everything that's progressive ain't pro-black. That's the best way for me to say it. So, and I look at the grift because sometimes I see progressive organizations waiting for important black people to say anything about something that is affecting the black community. And then they want to jump on board instead of taking leadership from the black people that are within their own organization as it is right now. Right. Do we need to wait for Ellen DeGeneres to say issue is important to the LGBTQIA community in order for an organization to say, hey, what you did to that LGBTQIA person is wrong? Nah, right? But when it comes down to the black community, it's a special kind of assholery when it comes down, and they wait for the grift. They wait, and then they'll send their black person out to jump on the grift and jump on the issue. But so I'm just bringing this up. I don't have no names right now because I don't feel like going through it. But watch for the grift. Just watch for the grift. That's all I'm gonna say, Mondale. Yourself, man. How you
Hey, man,
doing?
I'm good, brother. Listen, let me tell you something. I appreciate your acknowledgement of the grift, but we know it. We call it all the time. We say we don't fuck with political niggas because the way we convey it is usually not in the terms of grifting, but it's the same thing, right? We don't fuck with them. They making money off our community. They don't give a fuck about our community. And we can name tons of organizations, black organizations, getting that paper right now, securing the bag, big time. That ain't really doing the work for our community. So I hear you. And every day ain't got to be a name calling day. You know what I'm saying? But we know.
Yeah,
But they need to know. They need to know. And I think they know how I feel. You feel. They definitely know how the Trap Squad feel because of fuck that. We over here about black freedom, black liberation, and it don't look like that. We the way you show up for black community is every motherfucking day, with or without the news media, with or without it being a popular culture, with or without Anderson Cooper telling you which black man getting choked out or killed by a cop is important. All of them are. So it's our job to call out the grifters like you did, for sure, but it's also our job to continue to present policies and solution practices that could work and get us closer to liberation and freedom, brother.
I got one name. I got one name who's grifting off the black community right now, and her name. And what brought me up? This is. I am going to say one name. It's Senator Kirsten Sinema
Oh,
from Arizona. No, she's not a part of the black community, but she's grifting right now. Let me tell you why she's grifting. Because today she acknowledged all of the African American leaders from the past to the present in Arizona. Good thing, right? Like she acknowledged them, right? And on the same token, she turns right around and she supports not ending the filibuster. She supports the filibuster. One of the most racist institutions possible, right? Created to literally keep states that had black representation and black voters and black people in them from being able to pass laws that would benefit African American. That's where the filibuster. That's where it came from. That's where it came from, right? And she's grifting because all these folks who put on a kente cloth and take a knee and don't support reparations, all these folks who came down to Georgia, raised how many millions of dollars, and I haven't heard them say anything about a black person yet. They go back to their home states like, job well done. We got our people paid. Trust me, I know. And when I say this, I know because I live in Georgia. I live in Fulton County. I know y'all people that came, and y'all are grifters. Y'all just came on board, jumped on the let's get black people voting train, and then haven't said a word about reparations since they left Georgia, right?
yeah, Marcus. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, I know somebody in the super chat just said we should talk about Nico House. I don't talk about Nico House because I do real progressive political work, and he does not exist in that space. He exists in a space where people can be YouTube famous for talking about shit they've never done. I can't name one candidate that's been elected because of Nico House, one progressive policy passed because of Nico House. He's not organizing communities in real space. He's only a factor because YouTube and his followers said so. People buy into these personalities. If his fans check his resume and put it up against anybody I'm talking about or I'm talking to or the people I share space with, i.e. Marcus, then Nico House wouldn't be a factor. So Nico House is a grifter online because the world allows that, because we have this culture where blue check individuals are important. That motherfucker don't mean shit to my community. And any nigga I know gonna say Nico House helped him go vote, or is the reason he voted, or he broke some news on some policy, or he helped advocate for it. He's full of shit, is what Nico House is.
I'm going to take a different route because I talked to Nico. Nico's a friend. I don't agree with
Marcus. Friend of Marcus.
Yeah, of mine. I mean, he's a friend of mine. I ain't going to sit here and lie, right? And we've had knockdown, drag out arguments about forced voting, about all kinds of shit, right? I'm just going to leave it at this. I don't agree with him. Like we don't agree about issues, and there are issues that we do agree about, right? But like you bring up my name. How about this right here? Here's how I work. Here's how Marcus Farrell works. You bring up my name, I'm coming at your throat. You don't bring up my name and you keep it moving, then I ain't got nothing to say to you, right? Nico ain't brought up my name in a negative way whatsoever, right? And that's the gist of it with me. You know what I mean? So.
But the gist of it with me is I've never been considered an ambassador or diplomatic. That's not my role. If you are capping for some bullshit, and he was capping for some bullshit with that Jimmy Dore shit and a lot of other shit, that shit is dangerous. And by dangerous I mean you put targets on black and brown women's back in the squad unnecessarily for some shit that you knew nothing about. That goddamn force the vote shit was not. It ain't small to me. Just like last night we were talking, this shit ain't small to me. You try to make it harder for those sisters to be able to be effective in Congress because you don't understand that the House, while it's democratically elected, the leadership in the House has absolute power. Nancy Pelosi has absolute power, and she can marginalize the fuck out of all of the squad members for trying to force the vote. And that shit does not work. What happens is you end up with the sisters on the side of Republicans, and that's it. Because Republicans trying to get Democrats to force the vote, meaning challenge what's going to happen to Nancy Pelosi's leadership. And then when it's time to vote against Nancy Pelosi, motherfuckers ain't gonna show up that way. And it's gonna leave
The
those
bill.
sisters out there by themselves, which also means that these sisters, the people that they represent, would be left without effective representation. And that's whack as hell because these are black and brown districts, bro. So go play that game with somebody who got space to do that. Play that game with somebody, say, who calls himself a progressive in the House. They ain't call out the two chairs, the co-chairs of the Progressive Caucus, which has more than 100 plus members, which is a white man and a sister from Washington State, right? They ain't call out those two people. They ain't call out Pramila Jayapal and Spokane. They ain't call out them two who represent the entire Progressive Caucus, which is 100 plus members. So why call out the black and brown women in a way that's very toxic, bro?
Yeah,
I ain't got it.
I'm not
I ain't got
arguing
it.
with you. All I'm gonna say is this right here, Nabil. I'm not too house. I'm not too nice. I'm not too nice. Like I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If I go off, I'm taking Earth with me. So I pick and choose my battles.
He said, if I go off, I'm taking her with me.
It's
I like
that
it.
simple.
I fucking like it.
If I go, like, I don't have the same kind of temperament that other people have. I don't just get into a disagreement verbally. I can't get into disagreements verbally because I'll try to come and find you. And if I get my paws on you and I'm already in that mood, it's not going to be like one of us is going to die, man. And I'm not trying to even be hardcore. I'm just telling y'all, like, there's a reason why I'm Mr. Negotiation. There's a reason why I'm Mr. Nice Guy. I'm not too nice whatsoever. Because if I get mad at all, man, it ain't no just friendly disagreement no more. It ain't. We can go into that further, but I'm not that diplomatic dude, man. My attitude is a little off. My mindset is a little off. And I won't lose. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to end up in jail. I love my mama. I love my family. Right. I don't want to go to get the chair in some state. Right. So, and I also don't want to embarrass myself. You did what I'm saying? I don't want to embarrass myself. That's that. I'm just being very, very careful about things. Right. Because like, you know, like there's some folks who like to disagree about things, and that's cool. I can disagree. Like I disagree with you, but if it becomes like personal, and a lot of people don't know how to see this is the internet, right? A lot of people don't know how to take their attacks and then like take disagreements and not have them be attacks, right? Personal attacks. A lot of people just want to take disagreements and then turn it into a personal attack, right? I fuck your ass up. That's my problem, right? Like I go from zero to I want to hurt you real bad too fast. So therefore, I ain't too nice. It's just that you got to understand the person that you are. That's why I'm willing to work with everybody, because if somebody get on my bad side, then you know what I mean. Like I be dead ass serious when I say pull up, man. But we can get into the news.
But I mean, shit. I definitely want to get into the news, but just one more thing because this is clickbaity and we dive deep. Uh, to me, and Mark is absolutely right. We're two different people. I am an aggressive human being. Off bat, I don't play picking. Marcus know this. I don't pick battles because when I pick battles, I have nightmares at night about shit I should have said to those person or those people. So for me, I'm obligated to say something about that. So it just is what it is, man. Speaking of saying shit to people for being out of line, Meek Mills once again put his big ass foot in his dumb ass mouth with his nasty ass lackluster lyrics about Kobe Bryant. I know I jumped in the middle of the news,
No,
guys.
it's good. It's good.
This Kobe's wife is his widow is absolutely correct, man. That lyric does more than lack respect and tact, man. It's uncalled for. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the shit I'm talking about. People on the internet say shit. There's people in this time say shit for likes and for controversy when it's not even necessary and it's not even thought out. That woman lost her son, her daughter, people from her community, and close-knit people came on a helicopter with her husband and her husband, bro. And for him to say that dumbass shit in a line, a cheap ass lyric like that wasn't even that dope, is stupid as fuck to me. So for the people that might have missed it, I think Meek Mill said something to like, if niggas come for me, I'ma I'm gonna go out in my chopper. It's gonna be another Kobe. Is that really necessary? You couldn't find anything else to say right there about a chopper. How many lines are there about helicopters or choppers? Anything? That's whack, bro. That line is, man, it's disrespectful to that man's legacy. It's disrespect to his loved ones and friends that are still living, and that shit makes no sense to me. It's dumb. It's
Yeah,
dumb. And and then to say I'm going back on it. Oh, fuck your feelings. I mean, come on, bro. Like, really, you gonna double down on this dumb shit? Don't people need to also remember? Meek Mills ain't strategic at all. He's a dumb fuck. He's the idiot that got out of jail and was immediately trying to schedule a meeting with Donald Trump. And people around him had to tell him, yo, if you go to the White House and see Donald Trump, your career is gonna be over. It's a dumb look. Niggas been riding for you, trying to say free Meek Mills for these years or this length of time, and for you to come home immediately and have a phone conversation and schedule time to go get in Donald Trump's inbox and also at the Oval Office, it's gonna be a bad look. So people might have forgot that, but Meek Mill was ready to go to the White House and meet Donald Trump. As soon as he came home, he a sucker for it. I think you're absolutely right. That's a sucker move.
yeah. I gotta say like, yeah. I gotta say this.
You
Right
know,
here, man. Like,
yo, Dwayne, hold on. Dwayne said, you know who ain't going to see Trump? Bobby Schmurder.
yeah. I'm gonna say like this right here, man.
Bobby Schmurder.
I'm usually a fan of Meek, man. I can't front. Like, I want to see that dude do well, but like lyrics like that right there is like you going full savage mode. I understand y'all get more clicks and shit like that, but it's a family behind it. There's a family behind it, man. There's people behind it, man. Whole city. There's a whole city who probably you just offended a whole city, bro. You know, more than just Vanessa, his wife. Like you offended a whole city, half of LA. Like, yo, what the deal with that, man? That's some tragic ass shit. You know what I mean? Like, because Kobe is not a a unlikable figure. Kobe was a very amazing figure. R.I.P. to the Black Mamba. So yeah, that was a trash ass move. That was a trash move. A lot of folks are going trash, man. Charlemagne the God pulled some trash shit too with your boy.
Wait, what happened?
Oh man, Charlemagne got beef with buddy from Lakeith Stanfield. Charlemagne got beef with Lakeith Stanfield, obviously. So Daniel, I can't say his last name, but Daniel was the star of the movie. They both were in Get Out together, and also in Judas and the Black Messiah. Daniel was interviewing, and Charlemagne said something like, to the point of making Lakeith Stanfield out to be a sellout because he played the role so well. Right? He played the.
Wow. Really?
He tried to make him out to be a sellout, and shout out to Daniel. Yeah, shout out to Daniel.
That's the logic.
Yeah,
What's the big Italian guy named from The Sopranos? He's a mobster because he played a mob so well.
Right.
Come on, man, that's dumb.
But at the end of the day, though, Daniel literally was like, "Yo, he held it down for him. It's like, yo, what you just because you beefing with this dude, you think I'm gonna agree with you, dog? We ain't doing that." And that's the way you're supposed to hold it down for your people, man. So. There's a lot of people who just get real reckless with their words, man. You better watch.
Listen, Charlemagne the God has been playing with important issues to our community, and also, and also women issues as well. So, it's not like the white people created this character, Charlemagne the God, and made him big. That guy he's full of shit. If you ask me about important issues to black community, so I don't rock with him anyway. The best thing I feel like Charlemagne the God gave our community was when them boys punched his ass in the face and he was running, and I got all them laughs from it. That was the best thing.
That was hilarious. Hey, matter of fact, you need to have that up and on one time. I mean, another person that I'm down with, and I don't really care what nobody has to say, is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods suffered multiple leg injuries. He crushed his ankle. In a car accident, flipped his car, man. Had to get out, had to escape in the jaws of life. And black folks are nuts because black folks immediately went to he back on that shit again. You know what I mean? Like I saw all the nastiest jokes of him. He must have been lit. He must have been taking Percocet. He was
It
chasing
was
around a
actually
white girl.
it was actually 7 a.m. in the morning, and he was not on drugs. He was speeding, but he was not on. He had no. He was. This is you're right, Marcus. That is some. The jokes was the dude was lucky to be alive. The car flipped
Right.
multiple times, bro, multiple times across the median, and that's one. And people don't even know this is actually a public policy problem. This is why I said everything is political. This is an extremely notorious, dangerous spot in LA where many people have died and lost their lives right there. Because of how dangerous that space is. This brother was, he actually stuck around to do something for black people. Now, these were famous black people. Of course, it was Jada Pinkett and some other people that he was teaching golf lessons, and they were sharing videos and everything. So after the Beer Classic or whatever the golf tournament was, the Beer Open, once it was over, or not the Beer, I'm sorry, Hyundai, was over, he stuck around to help out other black folk. And for people to laugh at this brother almost dying, literally dying, it's just I don't know, man. It's kind of that's kind of weird to me. I get that people don't fuck with Tiger Woods because of his thoughts, but I think you know, I don't know. I feel like this shit right here was it could have been that could have been another moment like Kobe Bryant. We could have lost a young brother who was extremely impactful, who's really just coming into himself outside of golf, and the loss of his whole life, which was his dad. Really,
He
he's
came
really
back
just
from
getting over that shit.
yeah, he
And he's
came back
still,
from
and what
a
people don't
back
know is
injury.
he was back surgery. He's on his 5th back surgery right now. He's recovering, bro.
Yeah, yeah, he came back from and I mean to be honest with you, like uh, see, I'm just not the kind of cat that's gonna cancel people forever. Right. I'm gonna point out issues that folks had, but I ain't gonna cancel you forever, right? Tiger made his mistakes. Tiger also suffered financially for it. Tiger also suffered karma-wise for it too, because right after those major mistakes, Russ started hurting his back, started making bad decisions, started not taking care of his body the same way, and started becoming more fragile as an athlete. Had to have a whole bunch of surgeries. Started coming back from them surgeries and stuff like that, and this happened. So it's always sad to see. I mean, the only person that honestly, man, the only person, some of these people. Let me change that. Some of these people, like Rush Limbaugh dying. I don't know if I can be sad at that. But Tiger Woods getting hurt, crushed, his leg crushed. I don't like that too much.
Well, and listen, let's be serious. There's a lot of black men that are rich in this country. Most of them are rich because of sports, right?
Sports ball, right?
So now let me extrapolate a little further than race. There are a lot of men in this country that are athletes, right? Black and white and brown and AAPI. Nobody, no athlete, not excluding any of them, none of their foundations give more money than Tiger Woods. No athlete in this country gives more money than Tiger Woods to scholarship, education scholarships. Who you think need and get those scholarships? So people can say what they want to about people. I mean, I just need people to show and prove. So those jokes. So to say that, for people to say to me like, oh, you were happy when Rush died, but not when Tiger. Rush was out here doing good for people. Rush Limbaugh for years said all black men should be locked up for being drug dealers, predators, thugs, and come to find out he had over 40,000 illegal pills in his house. So he was a drug dealer, drug user that he was talking about in our community, causing people, giving fire to some shit that was destroying our community. Everything is political, y'all.
You got to also understand this too. Tiger was winning at a historically white man's game while having sex with white women. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of Tiger hate, even though Tiger was a piece of shit for a little while. A lot of Tiger hate and the vitriol that came from Tiger Woods came from white men because he was beating them at a white sport and having sex with white women on some Jack Johnson shit.
They don't know who Jack Johnson is, brother. You should have said that for your person. I love Jack Johnson. You speaking over our audience here right now, what?
No, I'm not.
Y'all don't know who Jack Johnson was.
Y'all know Jack Johnson is. We'll come back.
Somebody put it in the chat. Somebody put it in the chat.
Y'all can put it in the link then. But he was on some Jack Johnson shit. You know, having sex with white women, winning at golf. You know what I mean? Driving nice cars, talking a little shit,
and designing the most complicated and beautiful golf courses too. So he wasn't just beating them at their game. He was also designing the most effective meaning challenging courses around the world, bro. People don't even know that Tiger Woods makes so much money because he designed courses around the world So he wasn't beating them just at the game. If we're thinking golf, if you're thinking about golf in the terms of football, being a good golfer has a lot to do with how far you can hit that ball, your strength. So they can say, oh, he was better because he's stronger because he's black. You can try that shit, but then you can't say that he's not a good quarterback or designer of the field because he actually designed some of the most complicated courses in the world. And by the way, fuck golf and all the land it takes up and all the water it uses and waste when we could feed hungry people and put homeless people all over the fucking golf courses. So yeah, fuck golf. But I'm just putting it in terms of what's real.
The irony about that, you saying fuck golf, is interesting. My hometown, Tallahassee, Florida, y'all can look it up. Capital City Country Club, Capital City Golf Club, recently, last year before last, found the remains of a group of slaves, black enslaved people, on their golf course in Tallahassee, Florida, right next to Myers Park, real close to the neighborhood that I
automatically that golf course should have been shut the fuck down automatically.
Yeah. So y'all can go check that out. And the last little culture thing that I want to talk about today, Barack Obama got hands.
So he said.
Barry got hands.
So he say. Go ahead, Mark.
So he say Barry got hands, man. So and I'm a little proud of it because I'm surprised that a story like this would come out of Barry's mouth. And that means he's getting a little bit comfortable in retirement. He ain't getting too comfortable where he's gonna say defund the police. He's still gonna call it sloganeering, but at least he's gonna tell an honest story about how he classmate broke his nose. He broke a classmate's nose for calling him a coon. So we all know during a recent episode of Bruce Springsteen's podcast, Renegades, Barack, you don't need to go on Bruce Springsteen's podcast. You need to come on Clickbaity so we can talk to you about this. He revealed that
the thing is, Marcus. Go ahead.
He revealed that he broke a classmate's nose, then friend, for calling him a coon during a locker room fight, the Hill reports. Listen, when I was in school, I had a friend. We played basketball together. And one time we got into a fight and he called me a coon. So first of all, I ain't no coons in Hawaii, right? This is just one of the things that where he might have even known that what a coon was. What he knew was, I can hurt you by saying this. Obama said he remembers. Then he popped his friend in the face and broke his nose. And of course, Bruce Springsteen says, "Well done." Springsteen responded to Obama's story. You know, I guess I'll let you go. I guess my problem with this right here is, he can punch somebody in the nose being called a coon, but he has a problem with a black man who doesn't like him, who doesn't like a police officer trying to arrest him at his own. Bill Gates was an uppity black man for getting pissed off that this white cop wouldn't let him in his own house.
Listen, brother. Let me tell you the fallacy in this story. First of all,
well, Barack done punch people now.
Listen, hold on. I know the Chicago story. Listen to what I'm saying. Here's what's disgusting about it. There was a pregnant pause before I spoke because I was going to say something, and I want to revisit my thinking. Here's what I'm going to say. This is the shrewdest politician ever. He's a black man to get elected president of the United States. So this story ain't just come out of thin air. This is Barack Obama knowing that his credibility ain't what it was with the black. And he just launched his podcast. And furthermore, to punch somebody for calling you coon is to violently protest against white racism. How the fuck is it okay for him to protest violently against white racism, but not us when we burn down buildings and shit for them killing George Floyd and all the other brothers and sisters that have been killed by cops? So that's, once again, he's being hypocritical. So fuck him. Even if it's a real story, fuck him. Why wasn't that his energy when Trayvon? Why wasn't when Tamir Rice got killed? Why wasn't that his energy?
Franco said he just sloganeering.
Why he understand that's going to punch the world in the face? He's sloganeering. That's all he's doing.
Well done, Franco.
This two-edged sword is crazy to me because he's Barack Obama. He get to be violent about racism, but we can't. It's also selfish. It says that I can be pissed. It says that I can be pissed off.
Barack is creating. You think Barack is creating this in his head? You don't think he real about it?
No, no. What I'm saying is it's a hypocritical moment the fact that you've already said the fact that you're on record for this many years for being anti-black anger, and he is anti-black anger. If you see him, if you hear him talking to black people, how he talked to black men at Morehouse, and how he talked to everybody about pulling your pants up and be more respectful, all that stupid shit, and the shit he wrote in his book about Skip, all of that shit are signs. All of those are signs of your anguish against black protests, violent protests. Here's the problem with it, though. It shows his selfishness. Listen to what I'm saying, Marcus. Barack's telling this story and laughing about it, says that it's okay for me to be violently angry about racism got pointed towards me, but not the rest of you niggas, because I'm still the exceptional nigga. So I can get on TV and tell this story, and guess what? I'll never be called Barack Obama the thug. I'll never be called Barack Obama a gangster.
That's right.
Or super predator.
So what's more believable, Barack Obama getting called a coon and him punching that person in the face, or Marcus Farrell getting pulled over by a big bubble sheriff and completely inebriated, and that sheriff letting me drive home? Which one?
The sheriff letting you drive? The sheriff letting you drive home?
Because that happened. But and I didn't make that up, and I'm just wondering, like, is it because of the book? I mean, you know, maybe that did happen to him. But don't you think we would have heard that story by now?
That's all I'm saying. Why you ain't tell that story when Floyd? Why you ain't tell that story when Floyd got killed? It would have been a perfect time to say I already punched somebody before too, so I know how these young folk feel. Because when I was a young man in school, I punched a classmate for calling me a coon. Would have been the perfect time to say that. That ain't what that motherfucker said. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying.
I would be remiss to say, just like you pointed out, he did get into a fist fight when he was a senator in Illinois with Hollywood Hendon. We should bring Hollywood Hendon on, man. Maybe he'll talk about it.
He probably will, because I think he feel like he got the best of Barack.
I think he did, but Barack stole him, though, from what I understand. Barack stole him. You know what I'm talking about? And he was trying to pull some, you know, from what Hollywood says, he was trying to pull some neoliberal BS, and that was going to hurt the west side of Chicago. And Hollywood wasn't having it. And they both kind of got, you know, in their feelings, and Barack stole off on them. But we'll never know. Maybe we'll get Hollywood on, and we can slowly talk about that. So, but that was it for the culture, man. You want to do this commercial break and take a little break real quick, and then come back?
Yes.
All right. But you know, before we get on the break, though, please like, share, subscribe. Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Go over to our Patreon account.
If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Go ahead, Marcus.
Go to YouTube. Subscribe.
If you're on Facebook,
make sure you like all the artists that help contribute to our show.
We're gonna figure this shit out. Watch this.
Yeah, that's Lord. And
I'm gonna say to Marcus. I'm gonna say the platform. You tell him what to do. Marcus,
okay.
I'm gonna say the platform. You tell him what to do. If you're on Facebook,
share.
If you're on Twitter,
retweet.
If you're on YouTube,
subscribe, like.
Who said niggas couldn't work together? Look at that.
You see what I'm talking about?
Look at that.
Hey, let's take this break.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege, take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight, unapologetic. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, thirst trap. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Clickbaity, thirst trap. Trap squad, 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 trap squad.
Yo, that song is fire, boy. I love
Dante
that.
makes beats.
Man, he kills it. He kills it.
Hey, and also shout out to the Riddler. The Riddler is he's on the ground working for us right now, doing a couple things, trying to bring us some new original stuff again for the third time actually. So shout out to the Riddler. That's our guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, indeed,
And,
indeed.
And real quick, I think we only have 212 likes on this post, man. Got 313
What?
people watching. Like
Where?
on
Everywhere?
the YouTube, on the tube.
Come on. What's going on with you, YouTube?
Man. There's 312 people watching right now. Y'all can't just hit that like button for us real quick. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, we do the damn thing for y'all. Y'all ask us to talk about stuff. We try to talk about it. I can do us a little favor and hit that like button real quick. Get us up to 300 before the show's over. We'll be all right.
Let's talk about, man. Let me tell you something that's burning in my soul. The nastiness in which these Republicans show up daily, man, in Washington D.C. They're now trying to float this idea that $10 an hour is enough. They're floating this idea. If the Democrats let them bring this to the floor, and if Joe Manchin and Sinema support this, they got to kick them out the caucus, man. They got to kick this out. They want to gradually raise the federal minimum wage to $10 an hour. First of all, doing anything gradually that leads to $10 an hour is absolutely disgusting and a spin in the face of so many people. So here's what I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about this story, but I want to show people the juxtapose when people say these parties aren't different. Elizabeth Warren took over today, brother, in the tax committee, right? In the Senate. So now she's writing how we spend money. She's writing legislation. Her first piece of legislation is the same thing she proposed when she was running for president in 2019, right? So now her wealth tax is about to come through, and we know it's going to be co-sponsored in the House by, I think, Jayapal. Pramila Jayapal is going to co-sponsor that. This means, y'all, it's going to add 50% more back to America's treasury from what Donald Trump tax cut took. We're talking $3 trillion over 10 years will be taken back from rich people. Now, they'll tell you that it's wealth redistribution. I'll tell people it's finally us getting something from the motherfuckers. It's small, but something from the motherfuckers that they should have been paying in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, if you think $10 an hour is worth it, and they allow, see, the thing is though, like, how visceral are we gonna fight against it, right? Yes, there is a difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. It just seems like when Republicans get power, they don't have blockades to what they want to do. They just do it. And Democrats, we just sort of, oh, he hit me in the arm, I got an owie. Instead of being like, man, I will blow up your whole spot, punch you in the mouth, tell your constituents you ain't shit, and try to get a date with your husband or your wife. We don't play dirty like they do. We don't play dirty like they do. And it's more than just in DC, man. I'm gonna get back to $10 an hour, but I think about HB 31 and SB 421 here in Georgia, man. And also the bill that they got going on in Arizona. I'm gonna explain these three bills real quick. The bill in Arizona and the bills that are going on here in Georgia. They're trying to end no excuse mail voting here in Georgia. They're trying to implement new voter ID requirements. They're trying to add witness requirement for mail voters. They're trying to add witness requirements for mail voters, right? They're trying to restrict Dropbox access. They're trying to create new voting ID requirements for mail voting, restrict weekend voting, therefore souls to the poll. They're trying to get rid of souls to the poll. And they're willing to take hits on their own constituencies just to make sure that they don't have massive amounts of black voters voting, and this is targeted at the black community. This is Republicans saying we don't care. We're going to do what we need to do to win elections, no matter what, and that's why if the John Lewis Act is not passed in Congress, and it's if they don't pass that act, it's just pointless to have Democrats. You heard me? I'll repeat it. If with a Democratic House and Senate, if that bill is not passed, it's pointless to have Democrats. If the filibuster isn't ended, it's kind of sort of pointless, even though we know that there's two very moderate Democrats that are blocking the way. If we can't get some of this stuff done, it's just pointless having us as a party. In Arizona right now, the Republicans in the state legislature in Arizona are literally asking Georgia citizens, Georgia residents, Arizona residents, to give them the option to choose who the presidential electors are in a presidential race. I want y'all to hear that again. Damn the will of the voters. The Arizona legislature, the Republicans in Arizona, want to decide for the voters who has won the state of Arizona in a presidential race. That's a bill that is up right now in the state of Arizona. So, more than just in Congress.
But yeah, you're right. But the good thing though is like the states are trying all this crazy shit. Democrats in Washington have to act for this reason. I mean, like you talked about John Lewis. Everybody knows HB1 is going out the House probably this week or next week, right? HB1, a large part of HB1 is John Lewis legislation, right? It's trying to get people more access to the ballot and limit how much money can be in politics. It's talking about creating matches, donor matches, so people who can get a certain amount of donors to give to the money, not the amount, a certain amount of people to give to their campaigns will have the funds match, which expands who can run for office and run successful campaigns, which is also something that benefits black people. So we know when the money field is leveled in this way, incumbents have a bigger problem of being reelected. So that's one thing. You eliminate that money, those money interests and their influence on politics. That's powerful. Also, HB1 is looking to create some uniformity around the drop boxes, mail-in ballots, and also registering to vote online. So if this legislation is passed through the Senate, it's a no-brainer, right? Like, so it's a massive piece of legislation, but it does more than just limit the amount of money. It also pushes for John Lewis legislation, and also, like I said, expand access to the ballot. So these states, all the shit that the states are doing right now can be nullified if we simply focus on HB1 and we start pushing people towards HB1.
Yeah, we need to pass HR1 and HR4. Very simple things. You guys need to look it up. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but those are the two laws that we need to take notice of. Okay, well, I want to get into, I guess, our next story for tonight. And that is fake January 6th rioters.
My God. My God.
Oh my God.
Marcus, before we leave HB1 at the federal level, people should also we should also talk about streaming that live, especially the part where Stacey Abrams will be testifying for Congress in support of HB1.
I'm down. When is it?
I'll let you know when we get a date.
Man, I listen. I gotta go on vacation sometime soon. I need a beach.
I'm taking vacation next week.
Yeah, I need a beach. I understand we on lockdown, man. I got one of them big masks and I'm immunized right now too. And I need to get out of here, man. I need to see some blue water or something. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I love all y'all. I love all y'all to death. But y'all need me mentally stable, bro. And this house is starting to make me lose my shit. Across the board, man. That's right. Fake Trump protesters led riots. First off, the GOP has done an amazing job across the board with tricking themselves into believing that everybody who ain't white, everybody who's not who's not a fascist, everybody who is Black Lives Matter and Antifa and Democrats and everyone, it's all their fault that January 6th happened. And the reason why they can get away with it is because Republicans who believe these election hoax theories, I am no longer going to call them duped. They're idiots. And they're idiots who are allowed to vote. It's very simple. They are allowed to, and they should be allowed to practice their American duty, right? But they're not smart people, because the research and the facts that they even try to pull out at this point is so outlandish, yet it's so backed up that even Clarence Thomas is pushing election fraud theories right now. A whole ass Supreme Court justice believes
whose wife already got in trouble. His wife already got in trouble for supporting the January 6th riots.
So now you got this fool in Wisconsin saying that fake Trump protesters led the riots. This is from the roots, from our girl Kedra Mans. Senator Ron Johnson is catching criticism for trying to distance. This is from the Griot. Trying to distance Donald Trump from the Capitol mob. On Tuesday, Johnson claimed agent provocateurs and fake Trump protesters were responsible for the deadly uprising in Washington, D.C. on January 6th. You got it?
Thousands of people I passed or who passed me along Constitution Avenue, some were indignant and contemptuous of Congress, but not one appeared angry or incited to riot. Many of the marchers were families with small children. Many were elderly, overweight, or just plain tired or frail, traits not typically attributed to the riot-prone. Many wore pro-police shirts or carried pro-police black and blue flags. Although the crowd represented a broad cross-section of Americans, mostly working class by their appearance and manner of speech, some people stood out. A very few didn't share the jovial, friendly, earnest demeanor of the great majority. Some obviously didn't fit in, and he describes 4 different types of people: plainclothes militants, agents provocateurs, fake Trump protesters, and then disciplined uniformed column of attackers. I think these are the people that probably planned this. He goes on, the D.C. Metropolitan Police were their usual professionally detached selves, standing on curbs or at street crossings and exchanging an occasional greeting from marchers.
He said,
when we crossed 1st Street Northwest to enter the Capitol grounds where the Capitol Police had jurisdiction, I noticed no police at all. Several marchers expressed surprise. The openness seemed like a courtesy gesture from Congress, which controls security.
So first of all, I take extreme prejudice with the fact that he said people were overweight so they couldn't be protesters. He said they don't fit the bill of typical protest after he listed a whole list of things, smiling jovial with their kids. What he really was saying was they were white, so they can't be protesters. White people have the right to be angry. So listen, here's the problem with all of this. The FBI says something different, and those dead cops would say that these people were not pro-cop. I don't give a fuck how they try to dress it up. This is a direct. This elected official had to be watching Tucker Carlson last night. Tucker Carlson went on a stupid ass rant talking about he searched the entire internet and he saw nothing. He could find nothing about this organization called QAnon. He said it didn't exist. He said he talked to some of his friends in the intelligence community and they said QAnon was not a real thing. He said the only people talking about QAnon were Democratic elected officials and the media. So they must be QAnon. The FBI has labeled QAnon as the greatest domestic threat to America. Tucker Carlson and this guy and everybody else pushing this bullshit is ridiculous. And I'm not talking about small ridiculous. I'm talking capital R ridiculous. And you can say it another way, racist. Racist. Had these been black people storming the Capitol this way, we would already know not 100 of them or 200 of them, We would know every one of theirs, everything they did in their entire life. That's bad. When they got suspended or expelled from high school, when they got a spanking in pre-K, when they spit milk on a teacher, when they threw up, we would know all of it. But because these people are white, they don't fit the bill of traditional riders. This is racism. Don't call it anything other than that. It's racism.
So, they like Tucker Carlson should go to jail. Fox News should be sued for a lot more money for allowing these conversations to happen. I mean, and there's no group shame, right? And like I like to point something out, man. They say Black Lives Matter, even when they know Black Lives Matter wasn't there, because every time you've seen Black Lives Matter, you've seen a lot of black people, right? But they say Black Lives Matter just to rile up their base. And when you say Black Lives Matter, you need to, that's their way of saying the word black, right? That's how they want to them, Black Lives Matter is the N-word now, right? Just being black is a problem. Resting in it, living in it, being able to utilize black faces as the problem. And it's just a consistent othering of black people that we've been going through for years, right? The biggest terroristic thing that has ever happened at the Capitol building was sponsored by white people, Republican white people. Nobody else. People who supported Donald Trump. Think I'm lying? There were Donald Trump flags in the Capitol. Do we have to remind you of this every single day? There were Donald Trump flags. There were not NAM Black Lives Matter button in the Capitol. Especially not a flag. There were Confederate
And if it was a Black Lives Matter button in the Capitol, one of those black Congress people will run it.
That's right. If it was a Black Lives Matter flag that was in the Capitol, that would have been the one flag that Fox News would have found and replicated 50, 60 times by now. But you know why they can't? Because there wasn't.
Because they can't.
They just literally can't, because black people didn't have nothing to do with this. So the dear senator from Wisconsin, you're a piece of trash. You're a piece of shit. You're lying to people, and you're lying in the Capitol because you're trying to protect your party. But back in the day, like there used to be some kind of integrity out of these people where at least they wouldn't lie. Well, they always been liars, but at least they would make the lie make sense. You can't even make the lie make sense right now. And Sean Hannity saying there's no such thing as Q. The people in the Capitol had Q buttons and Q shirts on. What are you talking about? Like these things aren't doctored at this point. This is not fairy tale land. This is white supremacists who support Donald Trump, and that's it. There's nobody else at this point in America. I want you to understand this.
Marjorie.
Let me use my Barack Obama voice. If you like Donald Trump, you favor white supremacy over freedom.
Here's what I would say. Everybody that voted for Donald Trump ain't racist, but if every racist that voted did vote for Donald Trump.
I agree. So how are they capping today? Like, how are they capping today? That's why you have to I don't know what else to call these Trump supporters. Like, and here's my thing, right? Like, every Republican that got elected, every Republican that's in Congress right now, see, we're quick to move on, right? We're quick to move on. And the real story, because, the CIA covers up things for 25 to 30 years. FBI covers up things for 25, 30 years, right? Classified things. So 30 years from now, because they're not going to let it come out now, but 30 years from now, we're going to hear all kinds of stories about how congressmen, congresswomen, were a part of it, how they helped tell people where certain people were going to be at certain times of day. Because they're not going to get punished for it right now. I'm sorry, America, that's not going to happen. White people don't get punished like that.
Facts. Facts. Marcus, let's keep it a buck right now, all right? 30 years from now, the shit that's going to come out is, and at that time, we'll probably be closer to white people not being the majority race in this country, right? And I think the shit that's going to come out is going to be so critical of this country that they're gonna be forced, if we don't have reparations by then, to deal with it. Because I'm telling you, when people start putting together the fact, because the media let this slide, I mean it was news for one day, but the fact that Russia has been priming a past president, Donald Trump, for 40 plus years, have they been working him as an asset for 40 plus years, requires everything to be questioned that he did. We know how easy it is to you can get a pardon if you have felony convictions and pending gun charges if you just say you support him. Ask Lil Wayne. If it's that easy to win the respect of Donald Trump, imagine what Russia has been doing to him. And we know the mind games that country plays.
Tiffany Bird, you said the Republican Party needs to fold, but here's the problem with that statement. The Republican Party also knows that there is a certain twinge of whiteness within the Democratic Party. Therefore, they never have to fold.
And if they do fold, we're in trouble as black people because Democrats ain't gonna do shit for us then.
If the Republicans fold, it's going to be a very bad day for black people in America. I agree, because there's no enemy to point at. No, they'll probably try to start pointing at progressives a lot more than they point at right now.
Jesus, can you imagine that?
Yeah, no, I mean you know, the proof is in the pudding right now, man. We went from seeing a hyper progressive Joe Biden on the first 3 days to I'm thinking about Rahm Emanuel Joe Biden last week. My dad, don't look at me like that, man. Don't look at me
because it's true. No, it's nervous. Hey, Marcus, I'm looking at you like that because I fucking have to agree with you 100%, bro. Like it's real, man. It's fucking real, bro. Man, shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's scary.
We are in trouble. Listen, you're watching Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap, man. We got 291 people who have liked our post right now. Please, I need 9 more people to like this on YouTube. I need 9 more people to like this on YouTube, and then let's get us up. Let's get us up. If you haven't liked this post yet, go like this post.
Fuck up the algorithm. This video. Fuck up. If you're on Facebook, share it. If you're on Twitter, retweet it. Listen, y'all. I don't know if y'all caught this or not because it didn't make a lot of news. But the entire Federal Reserve payment system shut down. It crashed today. Did y'all know that? They said something about operational errors. It froze $3 trillion in daily transactions, which included transactions like paychecks, tax refunds, and bill payments. All that shit went down today. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. That matters because we know who work. People that, disproportionately or a serious percentage of the people that work for the federal government are black folk who need that money, man. And not to mention the people that are waiting on their tax refunds. We know who those are. Those are usually poor folk. So it's absolutely, it speaks to the fragile infrastructure of this country and how we need to have a massive infrastructure plan that includes our technology, bro. That includes our technology.
Agreed. I think that's a well put point. Technology, tech security, right? And not because at this point, the American government is doing a better job watching Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap than it is watching Russians. And that's the problem.
Wow. Say that again.
No, because they watching.
Hey, shit, they doing more than watching, bro. They taking notes.
We're not saying anything that's not true. You know what I mean? It is what it is at this point, man. And also, are we really worried about the Fed crashing when we ain't really getting no money no way?
Right. Yo, speaking of crashing, in the context, I wanted to talk about this when we were talking about Tyler Perry, about another person that I generally like, But if we're thinking about Tiger Woods, not Tyler Perry, Tiger Woods and his near death and his crash, it reminds us of what happened to Kevin Hart. You remember, bro? Broke his back. Remember that?
Oh,
He wasn't
that's
driving.
right.
He wasn't driving. He was one of his friends driving his vintage car, and almost killed him. Well, guess what happened today?
What happened?
That idiot was driving erratically and texting, bro, in a vintage Mustang, as if he didn't almost die. That is selfish, man. Like that is beyond. Like I can't even speak to these people. Like what this money and power does to access does to these people. The fact that these people have so much like privilege that nobody is. He should be getting drugged right now. This is dangerous, not just for him, because if he want to kill himself, that's him. But you could have killed a single mother and her child. You could have killed a kid in the street. You could have killed another car. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in another car. It's like I don't even get what's going on in these people's mind, bro. We need to remove, like, Twitter should remove Kevin Hart's blue check for that.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He's still gonna be Kevin Hart. The real thing is we just need more. We need more awareness about like texting and driving and shit like that, man. Like I'm gonna tell you something now. There ain't nothing more frustrating than getting on y'all. And I've been the person, but I try not to be the person anymore because I have people around me who, like, and I have a setting on my phone too where it's like, all right, let me not text people while I drive. So, I got the technology in the car where I can talk to it and send text messages, and I can wait for Facebook till I sit down somewhere. But my thing is this right here. This is the thing that I hate the most about traffic. Right here. This is the one text message thing that makes me want to just road rage. And again, y'all don't want Marcus road raging because if he does, somebody's gonna get hurt, man. So, but this is what makes me crazy. And tell me if you've gone through this, Trap Squad, Mondale. Tell me if you've gone through this right here. You're the second person at a light about to turn left, right? And you're waiting for the light to turn green, and there's a person in front of you. And the light turns green, but the person in front of you is on their phone, right? So you hit
me
your
miss
horn.
my motherfucking life.
Hold on, so you hit the horn, and this person wakes up and then hauls ass through the light, only for you to pull up to the line, and it's a red light.
And it's a red light, motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. People like that, I will follow them home and talk to them about what they just did. Motherfucker, to me, I hate sitting at lights, Marcus. I hate driving in general. I was anti-car for how long? Like I was on my bike and my bike alone. You know what I'm saying? I really hate when people do that, bro.
Why are you gonna make me? First off, people are behind you. Matter of fact, some people even put on their turning signal, like click clack, click clack, click clack. That means you know that you're waiting for this light to turn green. And you fucking assholes. You Facebook addicted to tweeting assholes.
No, the insurance needs to create it. The insurance companies need to create something that allows them to track if you're texting while that car's moving. And your insurance should go to fuck up. It should skyrocket.
Right. Okay. This is the second one, and then I'll leave it alone. This is the second one. It's the thing that I hate second most. You're on a 3-lane highway or a 2-lane highway. It doesn't matter. Let's say you're in the left lane, right? And traffic's flowing pretty good. You're in the left lane. And somebody pulls up and pulls over in front of you and starts going slow. Now, you don't know why they're going slow, but all you know is that the lane that they just came from, people are hauling ass. And you can't get over, but you wonder why this person is going at going at turtle speed. So you finally see an opening to your left, and you take your signal, and you turn over, and then you glimpse over at the motherfucker that's in the right lane. And what are they doing? They on a goddamn phone.
Motherfucker.
Listen, let me tell you something. I gotta be careful because I done got in front of them. I done literally got around them and just slowed down. Like just slowed down to like 10 miles per hour. And then sped up. I'm gonna get shot on the road, y'all. So let me knock on wood real quick.
Don't speak that into existence. Marcus, listen, earlier you were talking about Springsteen, bro. We're talking about rich people in privilege. Springsteen, who I love, his politics. You saw what happened today, right?
What happened?
His reckless driving and DUI charges were dismissed. They dismissed him because they said he wasn't drunk. He got pulled over. Well, this is politics too, because part of it was the cop that pulled him over. Highly likely that he was a Trump supporter because he watched him take 2 shots of tequila and then pulled him over after he took the 2 shots and charged him with DWI. But Bruce insisted that his blood was tested, and when they tested his blood, he was well below the legal limit. The problem, though, is this is one abuse of power on the cops' part, right? That almost sounds like entrapment. And the second thing is like, there's no way in hell this would have been dismissed for me.
That's right. No way in hell. No way in hell. I mean, also, Barack Obama was just on his podcast.
That's true.
Hey, let me turn off this microphone real quick. Barack, I got this little issue. You think you can help me out? No problem. Let me. Hey, shout out to all of our super chatters. Shout out to Chuck Diesel for the big wop. Boy, you must have got your paycheck today, Chuck Diesel. Chuck Drizzle must have got that paycheck.
What'd he do?
Chuck Drizzle dropped us a half a yard. Chuck Drizzle, I see you, bro. We appreciate you, man.
Listen. Shout out to Chuck and his moderation skills, and also his support of the Trap Squad. We love you, boy. Marcus, it's that time of the night where we start talking about black people because it's February.
That's right. That's right. Let's do that.
It's February, yeah. Dwayne, let's play more of the song. Let's play more of the song loud tonight.
Yeah.
Say it again. We wild as shit, man.
It's February, it's very scary. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people. It's February, it's very scary. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people. Black people loving black people.
Do a little puffy shake on. Puffy shake. Yeah, bad boy. But bad boy is not the guy that we're doing tonight. At least not I, said the wolf. Today, my Black History Month contributor to the World Society is a Black American man by the name of Jerry Lawson. Jerry Lawson was an African-American electronic engineer, and he is known for designing the Fairchild Channel F video game console, as well as leading the team that pioneered the video game cartridge. He has been dubbed by some as the father of modern day video gaming. Listen, guys, most of our games nowadays are we download them from the internet, right? I'm a gamer, I have most systems. The only thing I don't have is the Xbox at this point, but I have most systems, including the Nintendo Switch. And you still can go get Nintendo Switch games, even though it comes on the car. You still can go get Nintendo Switch games. Most people have had to buy a video game for their console, if you had a console, before PlayStation 3. Now, some of you younger folks never had to go to a store, walk to a store and buy a video game. But I remember being in line for 2K 2K13, 2K12. I couldn't download it. You had to go to the store and actually buy these 2K games. And you had to go to the store and buy Madden the day that it came out. And the reason why we have this is from a Black man by the name of Gerald Anderson Lawson. That's Jerry Lawson. He was born in Brooklyn, New York City in December 1st, 1940. His father was a longshoreman with an interest in science. And he served in the PTA for a little while, right? He went to Queens. He attended Queens College and City College in New York, but did not complete a degree at either. Do not let that degree stop you from getting your grind. Like, He didn't. This guy didn't have a degree. This guy didn't have a degree. He's considered the father of modern day gaming, and he didn't have a degree. He joined a semiconductor in San Francisco. And he created the arcade game Demolition Derby in his garage, completed in 1975 F8 with Fairchild's new F8 microprocessors. Demolition Derby, and I believe we just showed a picture of it, was among the earliest of microprocessor-driven games. And you actually, I remember seeing the game. I was a little young to play it because my cousins wouldn't let me see it, but you actually would stand in front of this console with two steering wheels and literally control the car around and smash into things and get points if you were still on the board after a certain amount of time, right? Shortly after that, he started working for, when he was with Fairchild, he worked with members of the Hebrew community, black members of the Hebrew Community Club, a group of computer lobbyists that included a number of industry legends, and including Apple founders Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, right? Lawson had noted that he interviewed Wozniak for a position at Fairchild but did not hire him. So he left Fairchild and founded his own company, VideoSoft, a game development company that made software for the Atari 26 in the early 1980s and the Atari 2600 that displaced the Channel F as the top video game system in the market, right? He passed away. His brother passed away in 2011 from diabetes, complications of diabetes. Where he resided in Santa Clara, California. Survived by his wife and two children and his brother. There's a documentary on him called The Czar of Black Hollywood. He was also featured in the first episode of the Netflix limited series High Score. So y'all go check that out. And he's on the first episode of season 6 of Command Line Heroes. Jerry Lawson, the engineer who changed the game. So shout out to Jerry Lawson, rest in peace. Black History.
Jero, what up, Jero?
The man who created the video game cartridge.
Yep. So my person today is not a person. It's an institution. It's a black institution. It is a $20 billion a year institution, and that's not including clubs and parties that money makes. I'm talking about hip hop. Hip hop is a creation of the ghetto, and I like hip hop so much because 1979 was an important year for hip hop, and it's also an important year for me because it was the year I was fucking born. So let me tell you all about hip hop. Hip hop was created based on 5 elements: MCing, DJing, graffiti, breakdancing, and what's the last one, Marcus?
Graffiti, breakdancing, hip hop.
What's the last
I'm missing one?
Turntables.
Yeah.
Turntables is the part.
Yeah.
Turntables is the part. DJ and turntables. But so those 5 elements made hip hop. People don't know hip hop was created by just DJs using percussives like beats, just scratching them. Literally, the shit they did to create these scratches are unbelievable. Hip hop was created as protest music. It was not recorded. It was not created in 1979, but it was not recorded on an album until 1979 because of the world's disdain for it. Disdain for what ghetto people, black and brown people forced to live in the ghetto by American policies created to motherfucking free themselves and also have a good time. It was protest music, and the reason I want to talk about hip hop is because the fact that white America makes so much money, so much of that $20 billion go to white America and the white world, and not black people who created that music as a way of alleviating and screaming about its pain, is similar to slavery and how America was made rich based off of slavery and the blood and sweat of black people. So hip hop is my black person of the year. Black person of the day, simply because it's an institution that reminds me that regardless of what black people do and how it's unpopular at times, when white people realize they can make money off of the sweat and suffering of black people, they will. And not only will they take it and make it theirs and make it profitable for them, they will also revamp it to a way that it strips it of its core. Hip hop today is not what hip hop was created for. There are a few protesters that still write rhymes, but for the most part, hip hop today is sold to white culture. White people go to concerts and buy and support this music, which is why Tekashi 69 is still relevant. Hip hop is no longer a protest music. Hip hop is a popular music, and it's for the detriment of the art form, and it's also to the detriment of our community. So I love hip hop in its original context, and those that are still speaking protest lyrics when they write today, I love y'all for it. It's also important because my homie, who I share the stage with, is an MC himself, Marcus. That's my black person of the day, brother.
Yeah, man.
And Marcus, yeah. I need you. Oh, Dwayne, go ahead. What you about to say? I was gonna say, Marcus, you know the world might be tired of it, but like when I hear my favorite song, I want to hear it over and over again. I want to hear that black man verse, bro. I gotta hear it.
I'll do that. I'll do that
serious.
black man verse. I'll do that black man verse again. But before I do it, let me say, man, you know what got me in like loving hip hop? I'll never forget it was the first time I heard Ghetto Boys, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. Don't get me wrong, I knew a lot of other songs before that, but
this year Halloween fell on the weekend.
Yeah, yo, listen.
And the Ghetto Boys were trick or treat.
That was the first song
robbing little kids for bags
that I ever memorized from beginning to end. Rap song.
The Loma got behind
and I did it.
And
I did it in a talent contest, right? And I did it in a white school. I did it in a white school in a talent contest, and they said and they said, you know, I put the tape in, right? I found the instrumental, I put the tape in, right? And this was like before the talent contest, and you know, like I started rapping. I started rapping the whole song, and I never forget the white lady. Turned the music down and was like, whoa,
wait. You were at a white school? And you did that at a white school?
Hell yeah. Hey, check this out. All of my classmates were like, go Bernard, go B. Anyway, I had to sit out the talent show. But I was the default winner in my mind. Because
in my mind too, Marcus. I wasn't even there, and you beat all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, I beat everybody, man. Cuss words and all that, man. Cuss words and all that. Are you trying to make me rap, man?
Bro, you know I want to hear it, bro.
Oh, yeah. Because Adidas tracksuit on. That's why he did hip hop. Good point. A hip, a hop, a hippie to the hippie to the hip.
Hippie to the hippie to hip hop, and you don't stop. Now, what you hear is not a test. Go ahead, Mark. Spit a verse.
We're going to end this out real quick. Me. La, this is not a freestyle. I freestyle about different things now.
What am I? What am I?
Know what I am? I am a black man. African American, I am a black man. I say it loud so the whole world will understand. I'm proud to be a black man. Check it out. Why the whole world think we so real? Cause we grab microphones and we show skill. Invented swag, now the whole world is so chill. But homie, we don't bite, but we show grill. Started off as slaves, now that's irrelevant. Now that we own land and rent the residence. Some of us cook coke, some of us presidents. Some of us don't vote, but leave evidence. And them stereotypes come around a whole lot. And homie, I roll blunts to like the smoke pot. But we all ain't thugs, not the whole block. Some of us don't rap, but got a jump shot. And I can admit, I think they fear me. They just want to arrest, don't want to hear me. Hey, my queen is the best, she only cheered me. And that DNA test that only cleared me. Black man, you know what I am? I am a black man.
I am a black man.
African American, I am a black man. Say it loud so the whole world will understand. Well, I'm proud to be a black man. Know what I am a black man. African American, I am a black man. Say it loud so the whole world will understand. Well, I'm proud to be American.
Yep.
Oh, I got the horn. The horn came out of nowhere.
Oh, we got it now. We got everything for you.
Yeah, well, Clickbaity is a well-versed, uber dynamic show where you might see some rap flows every now and then as we go forward along into the future. Don't think I've been.
Marcus rap in the traditional sense of the art, protest, telling you that it's okay to be proud to be a black man. I'm just ratchet as shit, nigga. Tell them I'm ratchet as shit.
You got something?
You know I'm ratchet as shit.
I want to hear.
I
a
can't come
ratchet
on the
rap.
show. I can't come on the show and tell you to spit a verse, and I have on a tracksuit and not say something.
You better come with it. You
Then I
better
be
come with it, man.
fronting. I want to freestyle though. Give me a word. I'm a freestyle.
Give you a word, and we're gonna freestyle.
Hold on, not you. Dwayne, give me a word or somebody from the trap squad. Give me a freestyle. Cause Marcus wild as shit. Marcus will say some crazy shit. I ain't fucking with Marcus right now. Oh, niggas don't want me to freestyle. Give me a word. Tell the trap squad to give me a word.
I got a word, Mondale. Let's use that.
Ooh, I am a black man. You know what I am? I am a black man. That's all I'm saying. So if people wanted me to hear some shit, somebody said gentrification. Somebody said gentrification. Infinite content said gentrification. Yo, check your phone for notifications. Niggas is playing game and taking our places to live. We call it gentrification. Don't spill. Y'all gotta keep the words coming though. You gotta keep the words. Come on, Mark. You know how this shit goes. You give me the word.
Am I jumping in
when
on
I
this
say the word.
thing?
Yeah.
Y'all got some moves
we
with some
try
southern
and get
slang. Every word I say be like bang. Clickbait is doing our thing. On the daily, sipping on some Baileys. Girls call me crazy. I'm messing with your lady. Hey, baby. I'm right across the street, but all I really want to do is get money and eat. So I eat MCs on the daily. Sip on something like Baileys. Y'all girls gonna call me crazy. And my eyes will be hazy, lazy.
Hazy. I'm dark skinned and wavy. Hey, you hear me? I'm dark skinned and wavy. Eat my biscuits covered in gravy. I'm a country boy. You can check the slang. Big dick country boy thing.
Hey, watch out. Okay,
I said I was ratchet.
Right there.
I said I was ratchet. And
on that note right there.
I done dug that through slugs at where the thugs at. Came back and asked where the love's at. And all I got was hug cats. Cause y'all is small town like the Rugrats. You get swung at with baseball bats. You get the gat against the fitty hat. I know you don't want that. So if I ass hand it over, before I run your ass over in this brand new Rover.
That's what I'm talking about.
Check me chilling. Oh, yo, nigga, I'm trying to freestyle. Go ahead. I'm drunk.
I'm not about to rap no more. Cause see, I hold a whole concert live right here, dude. And
nigga, what's wrong with that?
Well, because I ain't getting enough super chats for that. First off, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Trap Squad. Listen, the Trap Squad like it, nigga.
Oh, I appreciate the Trap Squad. I only got to give you a little bit, man.
Listen, Marcus won't give y'all a full motherfucking concert, just like he's scared to give me this basketball one-on-one. Scary ass nook.
Nah, you can get this.
Y'all make Marcus play me one-on-one.
Yeah. You don't have to make me. I'll do that blindfolded, bro. It's gonna be like, you want me to make pancakes after I finish whipping your ass?
No, you can't steal my shit. No, you can't. Hey, the way he can't steal my shit. That was my shit in the chat. Blouses.
You didn't say it.
I said blouses. I said blouses. Hey, Marcus, I'm gonna jump on your ass in a purple velvet outfit. We can do it live. Hey, y'all, me and Marcus gonna play one-on-one. The rim's gonna be dropped down to 9 feet so I can dunk on his ass. Cause I can't do that 10 feet shit. My knees ain't gonna let me do 10 feet. Yeah. But I get you at 9, boy.
Hey, Mondale, you gonna hurt yourself, man. I'm not even gonna
name a date.
Do that to
name
yourself.
a date. Name a date.
It don't matter. If you lower the rim, you ain't gonna score at all, bro.
March 3rd. We playing regulation rim, regulation ball. March 3rd.
Yeah, you better move that thing back up so you have a chance to get your shot to the
March
goal,
3rd,
bro.
Is it
I
a
ain't
game?
doing March 3rd. Hold on, what's March 3rd? You gotta give me some time to get out of the cigar.
Trap Squad, you see?
Oh no, I'm still gonna beat your ass even if it is March 3rd. We could beat tomorrow. I'll whoop your ass. I'm just trying to make sure I'm clear. You know what? We'll come back to this.
Nigga, Marcus, let me tell you how old I am. Marcus, let me tell you how old I am. I cross your ass up in slow motion, nigga. Yo, that's how old I am, nigga.
Hey, listen.
Yo, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful hanging out with y'all. For those people on YouTube, we love y'all. Make sure you tell your cousins about us. For y'all that are on Facebook, Please share this show. And don't forget, we're going to re-air this one tomorrow around noontime. Your lunch break should be spent with your family, Also, if you're on Twitter, retweet about this shit. This is the livest political show, not on fucking the internet, in the fucking world. Marcus Farris half of it, I'm the other half. And we've been doing this almost a year for y'all. We love the content, we love y'all, we love offering it to you. So I'm saying good night by asking you to share our show. Marcus, how you gonna say good night?
Peace out, man.
Trap squad, 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 trap squad. Hey, clickbaity political. Yeah, thirst trap, trap squad, squirrel squad. Our mission is critical to speak the truth to the masses. Yeah. We here for the fight. We ain't started, but we here to finish it. Sick and tired of seeing the privilege. Take advantage of the weak and the innocent. So we let our voice be heard. Every single weeknight. Unapologetic. Yeah. Black people, despite this white supremacist system that we live through on a daily, we still throwing up those acorns cause we represent clickbaity. Yeah. Trap squad, trap squad, trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad, thirst trap. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad. Let me hear ya. Trap squad, trap squad. Throw those squirrels up if you with it. Trap squad, trap squad. Yeah, I see you, yeah, I see you. Trap squad, trap squad. Trap squad.